Welcome to Pickpocket Pod. My name is Cameron,
I'm Josh.
and we are the owners of Pickpocket Games, an independent publishing studio dedicated to making games you can share with anyone. Josh, we got a lot to talk about today. It is
Boy.
January.
Yeah.
January is a big month for us. In case you haven't been following along, Lodge is releasing January 27th. As of recording, we are 3 weeks out. Um, we have a lot going on, even just today. What's going on today, Josh? What do we got?
Well, okay. So today, one thing I'm super excited about, we have a surprise trailer drop.
TEMVTED tempted. I was tempted. Tempted by your smile. I was tempted. And I know what you want, Jack. A little tempted. What was never done before. Drop the curtain, sing farewell and
How great was that?
That was the first edit of the trailer. There's going to be a final edit, a couple little things we might tweak, but we really wanted to get that first edit out for people to be able to see. We're so excited. That will be very near to the final trailer that'll be on the Kickstarter page itself, giving you just that lovely overview of playing this game in this cozy wooden cabin,
I want to call
crackling
out
fire in the background.
two things from this trailer that I think speak to the game and what we want to do. There's this attention to detail, especially that Tim has in this artistic expression. You'll notice that in the start of the trailer, the people playing the game are spinning room tiles,
Mhm.
and their shirts match the color of the room that they are fiddling with and playing with.
Just the littlest of details.
Oh,
Tim is very, very intentional about even down to the wardrobe. Like when we got together originally for the first pitch of this and for the Thief's Market video, part of his pitch deck for what these videos gonna look like includes wardrobe. Like he's thinking about every little detail. He's thinking about the set, the angles, the lighting, the wardrobe, everything. And I think it's clear how good he is at doing this because it's not something you necessarily notice, right? Like it's very subtle, some of the things that he does that just make everything feel very cohesive.
it pulls it together in a very, very special way. The other thing I wanted to highlight is the emphasis on the tray throughout the trailer. So two things with that. First of all, the tray really does just bring the game forward. It puts it on the table, gives it a really cool presence, but allows you to interact with the game more than just thinking about it and putting a tile where it should go. It just gives you something mechanical that's so cool and special, both from sliding the tray down, which is a fun moment every time you're playing the game when you get to be the person sliding the tray. It's a fun moment, but also that the tray is designed so well. It's got this, you push down on one side and the piece will pop up into your hand. And Tim did a wonderful job showing that. But the real thing I want to call out is that Cameron, when we signed this game, it didn't include
No,
the tray we have now.
Peter had this pitch of an idea of what if we made his original sketch that he sent us was like this fairly convoluted construction that you would make out of punchboard. Similar to like if you played Wingspan, the bird feeder in that game, you assemble it yourself the first time you open the game. And he had come up with this idea for like a self-assembly punchboard sliding board, and we immediately were like, this game already has 10 sheets of punchboard in it. There's no way we could put another 3, 4 in here and keep this reasonably costed. It's just not going to happen. And we loved the idea and shut it down kind of quickly. And I could see in that moment Peter's eyes just like, oh, dang it. I wish that could have happened. But then we were talking about working with the insert designer that we worked with on Thieves Market. And I pulled out a bunch of inserts and was doing like some preliminary testing of like, can punchboard slide on this plastic? How far would you have to tip it to get things to slide? We talked with the insert designer a lot, all kind of in secret. We didn't tell Pete we were doing this.
Yeah.
We
Really didn't want to get Pete's hopes up because
no,
it was
we didn't want him to
this
think
cool
this is
idea.
gonna happen, and then it
Yeah.
doesn't happen, right? But we were able to pull it together, and Peter found out basically the same time that anybody else who's been following our stuff found out. We kept it secret from him until it was done, and we could show off how it worked, and
And
that
that we
was
knew it would fit in the budget.
and that we knew it would fit in the budget, that it could make sense in the box, and that everything would work there. But yeah, Tim did a really great job showing off just how fun that tray is in person. It really turned out better than I could have ever imagined. There was a
Yeah.
lot of doubt at various different moments on, are we going to put in all this effort to design this thing, and is it just functionally not really going to work the way we want it to? Is it not going to be fun? Is it not going to have that presence we want on the table? But yeah, I mean, as Josh
I
mentioned, it really is a cool like touchstone piece on the table. It's one of those people will stop and look at what it is when they walk by and see people playing it kind of thing, especially if they see somebody do the lift and slide kind of thing. It's yeah, it came together better than I could have imagined.
Yeah. I'm thrilled with it. I think it's one of these pieces of, we have an amazing game that we've
Mhm.
turned into an incredible product,
Yeah.
and that table presence is part of that. But I think it's cool to highlight that Pete sold us on this game in the first pitch meeting, where we knew we wanted to sign this game during the pitch without the tray.
Yeah.
That came later. This game
And
is
like
so good without the tray,
it
and the
is.
tray is one of the coolest call outs. Like, this game, it's so good. It's so
And
good.
to be
The
clear,
table
like
presence is amazing.
I do think the tray extends beyond just like a mechanical gimmick. I will say like the earliest versions of physical builds of this game did not have the tray. And comparing those plays to now, like man oh man, you wouldn't think it, but it is kind of a pain to manage a display of 16 tiles and to manually slide things and keep them square all the time. It's not a big deal, but the tray really adds a lot of ease to play. It keeps things really well organized and smooth, in addition to being this like fun moment. Yeah, it's a night and day difference between having the tray and not, just like the amount of upkeep that you're having to do without the tray. Yeah, man,
I'm
that
so
video is
happy
great.
with it. It came out great. And
You did
I
a great
will
job.
also highlight the trays we see in the video. Those are the initial PPC trays that we got, the early production trays. There's some minor changes. So like the lip at the bottom will be a little higher. So it won't have quite as much bend and stuff like that. But in its current state, and I've played the heck out of this game, it's great. It's
It's
fully
great.
functional. It's satisfying. It takes a moment in the game where somebody has to make a hard decision of, if I clear a row, it opens up the board effectively for the next person going. And it puts me behind. If I don't
I'm
use my
helping
refresh
others.
token, I'm potentially getting the worst options of what's going to come out, because the best ones might be taken, best quote unquote, right? And it takes that conflict and puts something that's really satisfying and enjoyable over it, where it's like, I I cleared that road. Now the person going after me
Right.
is going to get this wonderful thing, but I get to
You
drop
get to do
the
the
tray.
sliding. Yeah.
It's just, I love it. So
Fun moment.
I wanted to highlight that. The other thing today that we need to hype up and talk about, I'm so excited. I cannot wait. Truly.
This is, to be clear, another thing we did not tell Peter we were going to do. So he found
Yeah.
out about this like a week ago, and that
Board
was
Game
very
Arena.
exciting.
We are going to have Lodge on Board Game Arena.
Yep. Totally free
Totally free to
so
play.
that anybody can play it before the physical games come out. When the Kickstarter is live, you can go play it on Board Game Arena. See if it feels like a good fit for you. Make sure that it feels like this is a game that I want in my collection. that I'm going to enjoy. It's the style of game I like. We're going to have it on Board Game Arena. What's happening today, Josh? We're pointing people where?
Discord. Come hang out with us on Discord. Link will be in the video here. That's where we connect best with people. If you want to talk to us about movies, music, comics, board games, if you want to help, we just dropped our rule book in our Discord, and only our Discord. They did a pass at it. They helped us identify spelling errors. They helped us clarify things, and they get sneak peeks before anybody else. So if you want to be a part of that community, the next thing we're doing with Discord is alpha testing Lodge. So the very first people that will be playing Lodge on Board Game Arena are the people that are in our Discord willing to help us make these games come to life. So come hang out with us in Discord, and that's where you can also get the link to go to Board Game Arena BGA and play
So
live.
the goal is that it will be an open beta during the campaign. So you won't have to go to Discord to play it during the campaign. The goal is that we get it into open beta. Anybody can play it and find it during the campaign, so you can try it out yourself. If you want to play it before then, we're moving into alpha testing here very, very soon, trying to test all the little tiny bugs out of it that happen when you make a digital game. Be the first chance anybody has to play it. If you want to join us for that, head on over to the Discord. Link is in the description. That's today. But man, oh man, January is a packed month. What else do we have in the coming? We've got 3 weeks until launch. Trailer video today. Go join the Discord for alpha testing. We have a lot going on today, but it's also a very busy month in January. What else do we have going on in the lead up to the campaign?
A lot. You and I have no rest, but the first thing that we have happening this month is we have a how to play video being released by Kavre. That's going to go over the rules. It's going to go over all of the components and pieces and what they do. You'll be able to learn setup, all of that. We want everybody to know entirely if this is a good game for them before they would back the Kickstarter. So you're going to get all the information you need between the how to play videos, the board game arenas, all the stuff like that.
And just make it a really easy learn for when the game does show up, right? Like I know different people have different learning styles. I tend to prefer reading rule books, but I think I'm the exception. I think most people learn better visually, which the rule book has lots of visual examples in there, but there's nothing quite like a video of somebody just walking you through the steps to learning to play. Kavre does great work. They've done a lot of great how to play videos in the past. They've been really, really easy to work with. We're very excited to release that. That'll release before the campaign goes live.
Yeah. In addition to that, Peter McPherson will be releasing a design diary talking about the design for this game, how it all came together. You'll be able to see that, A, on our Discord, B, it'll be on Board Game Geek and floating around the internet.
Newsletter. Yeah, we'll share places for sure.
In addition, Kickstarter. We love Kickstarter. We wouldn't be doing this without Kickstarter and the wonderful people at Kickstarter. Big shout out to our Kickstarter rep, Nicole. They have been super helpful and incredibly supportive through this entire process. Kickstarter has offered to do an interview with Peter, talking about his experiences working with publishers that are bringing games to life on Kickstarter. I mean, just to put it out there are not a lot of designers that are able to do that as a career, and Pete's doing it, and he's doing an incredible job. So Kickstarter is highlighting him in this article. It's not about Lodge. The article is not about Lodge. It's about Peter McPherson and the wonderful work that he does and how Kickstarter has helped that.
Yeah, his experience with Kickstarter, his projects that have been on there. They'll touch on Lodge a little bit, but it's mostly focused on, if you want to learn more about Peter, his backstory, just his interaction in the different games he's had and how they've been impacted by Kickstarter. We'll be really, really excited to read that.
Yeah. And I think with that note, I want to also make sure everybody everybody hears me say, we are doing a lot in this campaign and in our socials and with our accounts to try to highlight Peter and Leslie and Seth.
Yeah.
These are three people that have made this project possible. Peter, obviously, is the designer. Leslie Herman, he is the artist and illustrator. And Seth Nickerson is the graphic designer. These three elements had to work well together to get this game to where it's at, and they did an amazing job.
Yeah.
So everywhere along the way, we want to push people to go find these three incredible people in other spaces, support their other projects, follow them on socials, all of that good
Yeah,
stuff.
they've been stellar to work with. They're a fantastic team. I hope I hope Lodge marks the start of a long continued collaboration with as many of them as make sense for more and more projects. Like if I could just keep making games with just the three of them, I'd be totally a happy camper, right? Like they've been fantastic to work with. We really work well together as a team in addition to being incredibly skilled and experienced in their respective fields. Yeah, it's been stellar. So we're really excited for that interview with Peter to come out.
Very cool. And then finally, this is super exciting. We have what? Nearly 20
I think it's 20 or 21, somewhere in that around that number.
content creators and reviewers and stuff like that that will receive or have received copies of Lodge. Next week, the 13th, the week of the 13th,
Yep.
is when some of those content creators and reviewers will start publishing their content, pushing it onto socials. So you're going to start seeing a wave of Lodge content hit your feeds, hopefully. Here's my ask for that. If any of those come across your path and it's a content creator you enjoy or someone you like watching, give the video a watch, look at the images, whatever, and interact with it. I can't stress enough how much that helps us when people interact with these posts and these content creators in the way that both the algorithm likes, but also we hand selected all of these content creators and people that we wanted to work with. Some of these reviews and some of these unboxings and some of these things are paid content, but a lot of these are unpaid. A lot of these are content creators that
vast
reached out to
majority.
us. And
Yeah.
it's so humbling to work with such amazing people and have people excited about our game.
Yeah.
So if we can do our part and give it back, go find these content creators and give them a follow, support what they do. They do really amazing stuff in this space. Like, let's support it. So
Media for board games is incredibly hard and small and does not make money and is just a difficult thing to push into. Most people who are doing it because they love doing it, because they want to share more about games that they care about. 20 plus creators is no small feat for us to send copies out to that many people. And that is probably, half the amount of people that asked for copies. Like there's just so many people that were really, really excited to share Lodge and to play it. And we were really excited to try and get it into as many hands as possible. So the more y'all can do to support them also supports us, helps us continue to push out our games to more and more people and reach more and more people with them in the future. So, and hopefully helps you just, again, get a better feel for, is this a good fit for me? There's going to be reviews, overviews, full playthroughs. There'll be live playthroughs during the campaign. We'll talk about those probably when the campaign launches, when those are going to happen.
I do have a question for you though, Cameron, on this note.
Hit me.
Give me two of the content creators or channels or whatever that you are most excited to see talk about Lodge.
Oh man. Okay. Josh is having me pick favorites. There's a lot of people covering this game, a lot of really small names and a lot of really big names. I would say for me, I'm really excited for the Brothers Murph. They're going to be doing a live playthrough. I think their playthrough videos, actually, I don't even know if it is live. I think it's just fully recorded. Their playthrough videos, I think, are some of the best edited, recorded playthrough videos that are out there. They filmed from multiple angles. It's a multi-camera shoot. Combined with the fact that the two of them are just a blast to watch. They're really, really fun. They're really, really entertaining. I think they're going to have a great time with this game. So I'm really excited for that. That'll come out, I think, during the campaign. That one will go live. And then I'm really excited for the Cardboard Herald. I got a soft spot for the Cardboard Herald. You can really tell that he comes at reviewing and looking at games from a very journalistic perspective. He's very, very analytical. He's very, very intentional with the way he talks about games. It's clear when he talks about games that he has played and thought about whatever it is he's talking about a lot. That I just really appreciate how much he does to research what he's talking about ahead of time. He's very, very considerate and very, very thoughtful with his opinions, both good and bad. I love watching his stuff because it doesn't feel like he's pulling punches. He's being very critically honest with what he likes, what he dislikes, what he thinks lands well. I just think he's a very thoughtful reviewer. Love that channel. But again, I mean, there's a lot of people covering this game. I could rattle off 5 more that I'm excited for. Those are 2 of the probably bigger names that people may recognize of the people that are reviewing it. There are several other, but those are my probably highlight people that I'm really excited for. Do you have any that stand out for you?
I mean, honestly, Tantrum House is the one I'm most excited about.
Love
And
Tantrum House.
I think part of that is just because I do know some of the people at Tantrum House.
Yeah,
And
that felt like I couldn't say that because that's like really picking like we're biased.
yeah,
We're
exactly.
friends with a lot of the Tantrum House crew.
It's really cool and humbling to see your friends play your game.
Yeah. They're doing a playthrough as well, I believe.
Yeah. I'm very excited about that. And I mean, I know this is like you already said it, but the Brothers Murph has me very excited, mainly because the production value of the Brothers Murph seems crazy. I'm not like, I don't mean to pull the curtain back too much, but they're I did not expect we would be able to afford them. I
Yeah.
thought we would say, "Hey, can we work with you?" And they'd say, "Sure, here's our rate." And we would say, "I'm sorry, best of luck, we love you."
Yeah.
And they came back with a very generous offer that like not only tells me that these are people who care about games, but they care about small publishers. Like they're willing to work with us and give us an incredible rate. Shooting with 3 cameras with incredible value. Like I'm just blown away at what they're able to do on such a small budget, and I'm excited for that. Their production value is, I think, one of the best in that space. So I'm so hyped. And I love those guys. They're
Playthroughs
so funny.
their playthroughs are top notch. Their studio space is great. Doing a multi-camera shoot is no small feat, especially at just as you mentioned the level that they're doing it at. I'm really excited for that playthrough. I think that's going to be a good one. And also, there's something Lodge plays great at all player counts, but I do think 2 is my favorite. I really like the tension of
I
player
do
Lodge.
love that. It's
The
it's
back
a
and
little
forth
more
of the
intense. It's
draft
great.
at 2. There's just so much more potential for you to get in each other's way on purpose or on accident that just adds this extra level of tension at 2 players.
We're almost here. We're 3 weeks away. Cameron, can you give us, the lovely viewers, an overview of what this Kickstarter will look like and the pledge tiers and all that sort of good stuff?
Yeah. So I want to talk through just like the structure of the pledge tiers. We got 2 editions of Lodge. We've got a retail edition, which I've got here. This is this lovely daytime cover. Josh has got the deluxe edition back there behind him, the lovely nighttime variant. Gorgeous. The retail edition is going to MSRP for $39.95. The deluxe is going to MSRP for $69.95. On Kickstarter, we've got 2 tiers: the retail tier for $39, the deluxe tier for $69. And you're going to get some extra freebies alongside those games as a thank you for backing on Kickstarter versus waiting for retail. So, retail box, we'll talk about what's in there. There are 95 room tiles, 4 elevator boards, a ski lift board, 50 guest tokens, a first player token that's made out of wood, screen printed wood, refresh tokens, screen printed made out of wood. There are 21 amenity tiles, 4 valet tiles, 2 full color printed drawstring bags, and a score pad. That's everything you're going to be getting in the retail box. The deluxe box, the big like highlight upgrades, you've got an alternate art box. It's a bit bigger. It's got the nighttime cover, and there will be a daytime slipcase that goes over top of the box. So you'll be able to see it transition from day to night. Another big highlight of the deluxe, I didn't even mention in the retail, is the gameplay tray. The retail has a pretty streamlined, simple game tray. You're still going to get the cool sliding mechanic. The deluxe has an extended mountain game tray. So there is mountain sculpting at the top. There's a space on the left where the ski lift board is going to go. Normally that's just set off to the side. This is going to be like built into the tray. So you just pop it on there. And then on the bottom, you've got an organizer for your guest tokens. These little ski lift chairs that are going to hold your guest tokens in place. Again, in the retail, ordinarily, those would just be out on the table. So an expanded, larger tray. It's got some cool sculpting details. It's got a little bit more organization for you. And a secondary tray, the amenity tray, that is going to hold your amenity display. 4 amenity tiles. It'll hold the stack. There's a lot of extra room in there to hold extra amenities down the road. Um, and it is sculpted to kind of look like the lodge on the cover of the box. It's got this nice little roof sculpting at the top that our insert designer, Bryce, shout out to Bryce, did a fantastic job with. In addition, so that's first couple upgrades. Another upgrade in the deluxe is that the guest tokens, instead of being punchboard, are fully replaced with full color acrylic guest tokens. These are wicked cool. It's hard to explain how cool these are, and it's hard to capture on camera. I think Tim did a pretty good job in the video. You might notice it in a couple thoughts. They have this almost shadow boxy effect because of the way the printing on the acrylic is layered, where you have the clear acrylic on top and the printing in the middle, and you get this shadow box effect. Combined with them just being so clickety clackety, right? Like you just love the click clack and reaching in the bag. So fun. So those are fully replaced with full color, printed on both sides, acrylic tokens. And then other couple little details, the score pad is twice as large. You'll be able to score more games. I would be shocked if anybody got through how large of a score pad is in the deluxe. I think it's like 200 games you could score. 4-player games, which is just like an insane amount. So those are the big highlights from Retail Deluxe. You've got the alternate box with the daytime box sleeve. You've got acrylic guest tokens, the expanded mountain tray, an additional amenity tray, a score pad that's twice as large. Lots of really nice quality of life upgrades that just bring a more premium feel to the table. So again, retail's going to be $39. Deluxe is going to be $69. In addition, you're going to get 2 major freebies with either pledge, whatever pledge you choose, for backing on Kickstarter. You will get a pickpocket promo pack. That's going to include 4 more amenity tiles. So the base game has 21. We're adding 4 more here. These are a little goofy, a little self-referential at times. The scoring abilities themselves are a little wacky and weird, as you'd kind of expect in a promo pack. We are not going to reveal them now. We're going to reveal them over the course of the campaign because they are so fun and self-referential.
Which, this is a good callback to Thief's Market, where we told people, hey, we're not doing stretch goals. With our promo pack, we put in crazy, weird stuff, one of which being you flip a coin, and depending on where it lands, you get different things. So picture the same type, but like this is where we wanted to have more fun, be wacky with it.
Yeah.
And this is our reward to you and our thanks to you without doing stretch goals. We'll reveal those along the way.
Yep. And to Josh's point also, or another point there, part of the reason we're not doing stretch goals is because we want a quicker turnaround time for you all. Thief's Market, we turned around from Kickstarter to delivery in like 6 months. It'll be a similar time frame here. We're launching in January. We expect to be fulfilling by October. We don't want you to have to wait a super long time. Part of stretch goals is you're adding extra stuff, and we're adding more things that we have to get the art done for, get the files done for. All of this is already done, right? The game is done, retail's done, deluxe is done, the promos are done. They're ready to go. We're ready to go to print right away. We just need your support in helping pay for the print run, basically. So that promo pack will reveal over the course of the campaign. That's the first freebie you'll get for backing at any tier. The second freebie you'll get, which we're so excited about, and a big shout out to our partners at AEG, who are the publishers of Peter's other very well-known spatial puzzle game, Tiny Towns. You're going to get a Tiny Towns promo pack. It's officially licensed Tiny Towns promo pack with AEG. That is going to have a special Tiny Towns monument card that is the Lodge. So Lodge is going to be a monument in Tiny Towns. And then you're going to get a special promo amenity tile for Lodge that is the cottage from Tiny Towns. So you're getting Tiny Towns in Lodge, Lodge in Tiny Towns, a promo for both games. You're going to get that for free along with the free pickpocket promo. So it's 5 more amenity tiles for Lodge, which is significant. I mean, the base game has 21, so 5 more is actually kind of a lot. All for free for backing as a thank you for backing the campaign, and supporting us early. So that is kind of the rough
So,
overview of the pledge tiers.
well, those are the pledge tiers and the
The
freebies.
free bonuses.
Are
Yep.
there any paid upgrades?
There is. We have one more add-on that I think, if you're familiar with Kickstarter and you play a lot of games, you're going to be particularly interested in, which is an expansion. We've got the hospitality expansion. This is the MSRP is $15. It's a $15 expansion. It'll be on Kickstarter as a $10 add-on, or you can reserve it now for $1. So again, this is a small company. We really need your support. We need to know people are going to show up and support us. We wanted to do something a little bit crazy here and say, what if we just gave that expansion for $1? If people were willing to tell us ahead of time, yes, I'm planning on backing, that really helps us a lot to know, hey, we've got X amount of people that are pretty firmly committed to backing this thing. We've done our job. We've gotten the word out because we could see that there are a lot of people excited about adding this expansion on. So if you reserve that expansion ahead of time, anytime in the next 3 weeks before launch for $1, it will be automatically added to your pledge after the campaign ends. So you'll be getting it for $1 instead of $10 or 15 if you waited all the way to retail. But that is the hospitality expansion. It adds staff meeples. Everybody gets a different staff meeples. There's 4 different staff types that come along with a card that will tell you how they're used. This is like crazy asymmetric abilities. Everybody's going to get a different meeple that moves around their lodge and does different things and acts and operates in a different way. So there's a maid, there's an architect, there's, let's see, a concierge, and I can do it. A bellhop? A bellhop. 4 different staff types, all operate in different ways. If you are somebody who is a gamer and likes a little bit of added extra complexity, I would expect this is one of those expansions that you will never play without.
Yeah. And I do also want to highlight, if you like the theme and feel of this game, something that is semi-retro in its illustration style too, and what it's referencing and calling on, you want the expansion. Just trust me. You want the expansion. I put a lot of, this is almost embarrassing to say, I put a lot of work into the art direction for the expansion, even though it's only a few illustrations, figuring out exactly what I wanted it to call on and reference. Because even if you may not know, like, oh, this is what Josh was pulling from, I think anybody that plays this expansion and sees the art will have the zeitgeist of things I pulled from speaking to them.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. I'm very proud of what Leslie was able to pull together. He did an amazing job. And the expansion just highlights an already great game, both mechanically and art-wise, and gives you so much more with, like, just not a lot. You don't have a lot of components in it, but it adds so much. I think you'll love it.
So that's an overview. That's our Kickstarter. That's the tiers, $39.69. You're going to get 2 extra freebies for backing, and then there's the add-on expansion for $10 or $1 if you reserve it now. Last little tidbit, because I know we've been getting a lot of emails about it, is international availability. Thieves Market, our last campaign, was only available in the US and Canada. We were a lot more limited, just not able to expand beyond that at that time. We're going way beyond that this time around. This will be an international campaign. It'll be available in the US and Canada, but we also expect availability in the UK, the EU, and much of the rest of Europe, a large portion of Asia, Australia, New Zealand. We'll be working with local fulfillment partners to keep that as affordable as possible for folks. So it won't be shipping from the US to you. It will be shipping from Australia to Australia, or, Asia to Asia kind of thing. So we're very excited to be able to offer that. I know there were people who were a little bummed that Thieves Market wasn't available in more regions. We are working on availability of Thieves Market in more regions. That is coming. It's starting to slowly roll out in some places like Europe, but Lodge out the gate will have a much larger international availability, partially because we said, how can we make a game set in the Swiss Alps that you can't get in Switzerland, right? Like
Yeah.
that's problems. So
Yep.
yes, if you're in Switzerland, you will be able to get this game. I know I'm
I
gonna
do
get
want to
the question.
highlight our partners there because if we have any international viewers, this may matter to you. So for EU UK, we're using Zatu. For Asia, we're using VFI. For New Zealand, Australia, we're using Aetherworks. For Canada, we are using Board Game Bliss. And then, well, for United States, we're using the same partners that we used
Yeah.
last year,
Our
which
local fulfillment team that's based here where I live in Athens, Georgia, they've been fantastic. They did a great job on Thieves Market. I have no doubt in my mind that they'll do a great job on Lodge
Broad
as
Street.
well.
Yeah.
Broad Street. Yep.
Um, yeah, so all amazing partners, all well vetted. And the good thing that you can rest assured with all of those is that they're tried and true, and we did the best we can to get good rate charts and then pass along to you as a thank you for supporting our Kickstarter, the best shipping rates that we can, which means we're subsidizing those shipping rates. We're not asking you to front the entire bill. We're going to pay a small portion of that so that you don't have this crazy shipping costs. But also, you know who we're working with. If you're in China and you've had a game delivered to you from VFI, you know exactly what that process looks like. Same deal as always.
Yeah. That is the Kickstarter. It's coming. It's coming real quick. We are 3 weeks away. Oh man, how are you feeling, Josh?
How am I feeling? You know what? I'm feeling good. This is the most excited I've ever been for a board game project that I've worked on. This one is special in a few ways. I am so proud of what we have created, but I'm also very nervous. Just to be honest, like
Yeah.
Kickstarter scares me. This is like one of the most stressful parts of it is the lead up to it and the questions of, well, did we do enough? Should we have invested more money? Are we working with the right partners? And there are things that I am not concerned about this time. Like I trust all the people we're working with. Going into the last one, this was the first time we'd work with this US fulfillment partner. That scared me. Coming from logistics, I don't want to work with somebody I don't know personally,
Yeah, and,
right?
like, we even having done our due diligence, which we did do, it's exactly to your point, right? It's just like, but there's still not a background of working with this person before or this person before, and we don't know what it's gonna look like until we do it, and we're just gonna have to figure it out, and things might come up, and we're gonna have to deal with them on the fly. And I think, yes, Lodge, I think, really benefits from having gone through a lot of those processes and established those systems with Thieves Market. I'm a lot less concerned about the logistics of the project this time around. We know how to print a game. I mean, we know how to get it here. We know how to distribute it. We're expanding the scope of that, but both you and I have background experience in having done that for other folks before. So I'm with you on a lot less concerned about a lot of the logistics of the project. I'm more stressed, nervous about exactly the other thing you mentioned was just like, did we do enough? Are we presenting it right? Do enough people know this is happening? Are people excited? It's nerve wracking. Like, I think this is the most expensive project we've ever made.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Far and away, the most expensive project we've ever made. We've invested a lot into this project. I think it shows. I think we've made a stellar product. I think this game has a really big potential to be really, really successful and reach a lot of tables, which is, people who make games, of course, that's what we want. People who make movies want people to watch their movies. People who make games want people to play their games, right? I just want it on as many tables as we can possibly get it onto. And that's the big, like, man, I think we did enough. It feels like we've got a pretty big audience that's engaged, that's excited. I'm getting emails every day at this point of people asking questions about this game. And that's freaking awesome. Like, I'm so for that. But it's always going to be nerve wracking to push that launch button. I can't do anything now. Like, it's in the world's hands. It's in Kickstarter's hands. It's in the backers' hands how this does now, right? Like, there's nothing more I can do to get this prepped for success.
I do also feel like to some extent, there's this, not that I was suffering from imposter syndrome because I think I'm oftentimes overly confident, but I feel like I'm at the big kid table with Lodge.
Yeah.
And Thieves Market was something really special. And I mean, working with Dave Chalker as the publisher, working with Dave Chalker was a dream come true. That to me like elevated us and Pickpocket to a level where it's like we are playing cards here. Like this is a real thing. This is happening. That game though, it's incredibly small scale. It's cheap to make and manufacture. This is a game that we hope lives in our catalog for years and years and years. I'm not trying to diminish that at all. Like, I'm so proud of that game.
That game is fantastic. I mean, getting to see it on the table at PAX Unplugged a couple months ago was just like, oh man,
Yeah.
we crushed that. Like this game looks so good on the table.
The thing I'll say though about Thief's Market versus Lodge is that Thief's Market has a much more niche audience. I think where that game fits best is for hobby gamers that already know they know mechanic, they know what they're doing, and specifically hobby gamers that are trying to introduce their friends to that style of gaming. Lodge has a much wider appeal. This one really feels like, well, now you're making a product that's for everyone. This is for hobby gamers. This is for my aunt. This is for my little sister. Like everybody, it has something that I think can attach to more with Lodge than something
This is a
that was
family
more
weight
niche.
game with a much larger audience that we're trying to hit. And while that's exciting and is like, oh, that means this could move a lot more, be a lot more popular, it's also nerve wracking because like this is a bigger audience that we don't know how to connect to right? Like more people is just more hard to connect to those people.
Yeah. Which
Oh yeah, I'm very excited. I think we crushed the product. I think the response thus far has been overwhelming in the best of ways. The amount of people that have been so excited for this game. I'm not joking. I'm getting emails like every single day from people just asking questions or just saying, I'm excited for the launch. Like it's
yeah,
crazy
I have had content creators and reviewers that I have followed because I'm like a fan of their stuff reach out to me
to cover it.
and
Yeah.
be like, "Hey, can I talk about Lot?" Yes, yeah, yes. It's crazy, seeing the people I'm fans of.
And that's where the nerves come in though, right? Is it's like I know from the response we've gotten thus far that we've made a good product. It's
I
connecting with people well. The game is great. I know we've done that part right. And we know how to do that part. Like that's my background. That's what I know how to do. The nerves come is like this game deserves to find that wide audience. It deserves to make it onto tables. Like it's such a great game. Peter's game deserve it's not even just a me thing of like I deserve to have the game on the table, right? It's like the game as a piece of art, as a piece of entertainment deserves to be seen and played. It's like making an indie film, right? Where it's like, oh, just did we do enough to get it out to the right people, to get it out in front of enough eyes, to let it find the traction that it should have, that this game should have, that a large publisher with a huge budget wouldn't have the issues of getting that, right? But we don't have that. We don't have that reach. We don't have that budget. Yeah, I think I'm really excited for it. And it's always pre-Kickstarter mix of excitement and nerves that I just don't think is ever gonna go away. And that's okay. I'm so excited. And what's been following it has grown much larger than I could have ever expected and has been very engaged and excited. And I think that gives me a lot of optimism about how this campaign's going to go. So thank you, especially if you're still watching now and you've sat and listened to us for the last who knows how long. Uh, thank you for being here. Thank you for your support. We are so excited. This is the last pod before we go live. Just thank you for sticking around and being excited for this thing with us. We are so pumped. We are so ready. We'll see you at launch. Can't wait.